The Mud Peddlers, a podcast where two nerdy ceramic artists share the behind-the-scenes of their worlds of clay. We're your hosts, Lindsey M Dillon.
And I am Donte of Earth Nation.
So today we are doing kind of something a little bit different. Donte and I are outside and we have a very special guest with us.
Hi.
Would you like to introduce yourself, Natasha?
Hi. I am Natasha, also known as Tasha from Tasha Throws Raw.
Cool. All right.
That's your Instagram handle?
Yeah, it's Tasha Throws Raw.
Okay, all right.
We will link her.
Did you not know that?
No, I have to...
Oh!
for the listeners.
Natasha.
It's also my business name.
Natasha, I have
It's
to
Tasha
tell them
Throws
where to
Raw.
find you.
Yes.
I know where to find you. You're next to me.
Yes, I know that as well. Yes, my business name is Tasha Throws Raw, Tasha Renee, and my IG handle is Tasha Throws Raw.
Okay, cool.
Sweet,
all right.
sweet.
Yeah.
All right.
Tight.
All right.
You guys have probably seen me tag her in a couple stories. Or if you follow me or Lindsey intently and this podcast, you most likely have seen her name already tagged on one of our stories.
Yeah. So since we are at the end of the year and it has been a crazy ass year and we're actually sitting next to Dante's pit fire right now.
Yeah.
We just thought we'd kind of chat, have a little bit more of a casual conversation about what this year has been like, some of our expectations versus drastic reality, and maybe some upcoming goals for the new year. So
Yeah, it's been crazy this year for me. Well, it's been crazy this year for everybody, but I feel like this is my first sale on my official website that I've had, and I sold almost all of my pots.
hell yeah.
And I think Lindsey is the same way, where she sold a good amount of pots this year, I assume.
Yeah. I think like one of the biggest differences was like this year, obviously because all my in-person events got canceled, I got a lot more adept at doing more frequent Etsy updates.
Yeah.
I also I instituted the whole made to order Etsy update, which really helped me figure out like how to do commissions in a way that was more structured and
Yeah.
kind of helped people actually get the pieces that they wanted.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know what it is, my made to order system is where people can select the design, size of the mug, and color of the mug that they want, and then I will make it for them in that following month.
I like that system. I was thinking about
like it a lot.
doing that for a while too, and then I was like, no, one step at a time for me. I'm
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
This year I've already revamped my website a couple times. I changed the way shipping got handled. I've kind of organized more of my accounts, like shipping. You save a little bit of money on that now. I put a sale code in my stuff. Everything was on sale. I decided to stop basically segregating my pottery and just put it all on one page, because people like to see full things instead of oh, you have 2 teapots for your whole teapot page.
Yeah, it is easier to navigate when there's everything together, unless you have a buttload of stuff.
Yeah.
Then it's
Yeah.
like, okay, yeah, give me different pages.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is easier to navigate everything on
Yeah.
one page.
Yeah.
How do you, Natasha?
Hi.
How do you?
You
how do
gotta
you?
yell at the...
Hi!
Oh, okay, you don't have to yell that loud. All right. Oh my God.
Why don't I mean since our listeners don't know you, why don't you describe a little bit about your practice of doing ceramics and then how you manage your blossoming business as it is.
Well, I started ceramics. My first class was, I want to say, fall of 17.
Okay.
And I finally learned how to center a spring of 18.
I feel that.
It takes a while.
Yeah, and my second teacher at CRC Community College was amazing. So it wasn't until then that I feel like I started to get the hang of it. But I never intended ceramics to be a business. And I always was really intrigued by ceramic art, the decoration especially. To have something that's functional art is really intriguing to me.
Yeah.
And so fun, right? Picking up a
Yeah.
mug or a bowl and being this is gorgeous, and I get to put my mouth on it. And I'm really stoked on that, I just get to geek out on the beauty. So as I started to get better, I was getting a lot of pressure to begin selling stuff.
Who was giving you that pressure?
Family, friends,
Yeah.
people. So I actually read a post earlier that my partner reposted about how just because you have a hobby or you're a maker doesn't mean you have to be good at that hobby. Doesn't mean you have to monetize that hobby.
Yeah.
That's our capitalist nature pushing
Yeah.
us to monetize everything we do in order for us to say that we have a purpose in what we're doing.
If it's not gonna supply to the economy, why are you doing it?
Yeah.
It's yeah.
And it was you can make for joy. And I
Yeah.
was that's what I've been pushing for myself.
Yeah.
But then as I began making more and more and I had pieces available, I was okay, now I can start. I
Yeah.
felt comfortable to start selling. So this year was the first year I did a pop-up. And Lindsay, you helped me a shit ton with that because wait, can we curse on here?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah, no, that was fun, like helping you out with that, because again, like one of the biggest things that
so much.
well, yeah, well, of course. Well, it's like getting stuff together for your first pop-up is really. Natasha's getting engulfed in smoke right now.
From the pit fire.
This is the hazard of recording a podcast outside. Next to a fire, yeah. Anyway, so like getting stuff together for your first pop-up is really hard. So I'm glad that I was able to help you with that and let you borrow my like setup stuff, because like especially if you're not planning on doing like a bunch of them all the time, it's like, why have all this anyway?
And it showed me what I would need if I do decide to do it again.
Yeah.
Like you gave me a lot of resources, and I really appreciate that.
Oh my gosh, well, of course. It's like, I feel like, I don't know, like, not that I'm an expert in any of this, but like, I feel like there is so much that goes into all of just doing ceramics, especially if you're like monetizing it in some way. Mm-hmm. So, so I'm happy to be able to help. And I feel like this is like part of why we're doing the podcast as well, is to like talk about things and share information that might help folks who are interested in pursuing this, either as a hobby or as something that like they want to monetize eventually. But anyway, okay, so when you first started selling work, it was just because you had enough, and you kind of felt like you were like, I guess you weren't necessarily going out to make money. It was more of you were exploring this as a hobby, and eventually you had a lot of pieces, and so you felt more comfortable at that point, kind of.
It was a little mixed, because for the initial pop-up, I didn't have the pieces that I really wanted, but I felt like I finally had the skills that I thought were good enough to sell, because I don't really do second sales and things like that, because I don't like having my name on something that isn't the quality that I like.
Yes.
Kind of thing.
I go through the same thing where like, if I don't like something, I'll throw it away before I sell it.
Yeah.
Or I'll give it away to a close friend that's not going to show anyone. So the pop-up was a challenge for me. I was really fortunate in Propagate Sac, a plant shop here in Midtown Sacramento. They offered for me to do a solo pop-up, no cost to me, no cut. But yeah, it was kind of a challenge for me to see what I could do and if I liked it. And I did not. It was a whole lot of work. And I work a full-time job.
Yeah.
And my brother and sister helped me a poop load too, with setting up and running the pop-up. But it's like a full-time job. And then you're standing there for like 7-8 hours, and there was so much work going into it, the pack up, the letdown. And it was different because like it was just the people walking into the shop and the people who knew about it, but they're also expecting different prices. Just like walking into a plant shop that also sells like run-of-the-mill, they're very cute pots, but they're like made in China type pots, mass-produced pots.
Yeah.
So like looking at the prices of those versus the prices of my like handmade, hand-carved pieces.
People aren't necessarily walking into the shop expecting to see those
and spend like $50 on a planter versus I can get this one for 15 of a similar size kind of thing, you know.
Yeah.
But I still ended up selling almost everything, which was awesome.
That is awesome. And this was your first year doing that?
That was my first pop-up ever, first and only.
Oh my gosh. Remind us when that was.
That was February 28th. Yeah, first year doing all that, and it's not really my cup of tea because I get exhausted and it's not worth it. Unless it was like for a certain cause, or like there are other makers that I really admired that were there or something, then I would like, I'm not gonna say I won't do another pop-up in the future, but COVID times it's not worth it for me to do a pop-up.
I think that's really understandable. God, that's so weird to think about how that doesn't even feel that long ago, and yet that was pre-COVID.
It's weird to think about. COVID had a birthday. It's been at least a year.
Happy birthday, COVID!
Yay!
But yeah, now things are like kind of popping off, and I've been open and reluctant to it.
You got featured by, was it Amico? Somebody featured you. Yeah, that was really, really cool.
So I would say that I got a lot of growth during the Black Lives Matter movement. And I'd also like to say that the movement is not over and it continues. But since then, since the murder of George Floyd, people have been really big on trying to support Black people in general and Black artists in any way that they can. So people were sharing me a lot, and there were pros and cons to that because a lot of people were sharing me as a small business, and at that point I wasn't.
Interesting.
So like I hadn't filed anything for a business. I'd done one pop-up and I was really just making for me still and a couple commissions here and there. So it was a little challenging because I was getting all this attention, but I didn't have stuff for all the people reaching out. So I'm that guy who's always like, nah.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, you didn't used to sell your stuff. So.
No, I used to, like, for 4 or 5 years, I was like, I'm gonna make stuff and I'm gonna help you make your stuff, but I don't need to sell stuff. I'm good. I do this because I like doing it. And then after a while, people started actively like, dude, open a shop, please.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
and then I started making stuff on a more professional level to where I would have things that were kind of standards, like certain cups, certain plates, certain mugs, certain bowls. And to that point, I was like, well, I can't just make like a line of stuff and not have an output for it. So.
Yeah, you were making a lot. I remember you were like teaching me some glaze making, and I'd come over. I'd be like, well, what do you do
Yeah.
with all of these pieces? Because it's a ridiculous amount.
I was just dragon hoarding my stuff. Like, you know those big Welsh red dragons that like sit on piles of gold?
Yes.
But for me, it's like just random craft work.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but you had also, like, you'd sold at Sac Anime and stuff, but it was only this year that you created an online store.
Yes.
If that's correct.
I would do pop-ups, but it was very rare that I would go like once or twice a year to a pop-up, and then I would sell out, and then I'd be like, cool, that was my 50 pots for 3 months, I guess, wherever I can get them fired. And now it's very much like, all right, guys, 3 weeks, another update, January, you know, we'll see how it goes. I'll make 20 more mugs, and we'll see if we can sell those out. So I have to kind of have a small schedule. I'm not like on the level of like selling hundreds of pots per month, granted, but I am like, there is a small group of people who want my stuff, who are like, when's the next shop update?
Yeah.
I want to buy something, you know.
Yeah, I'd say, Lindsay, you're definitely the one that's most of like, I make stuff
Yeah.
and people buy my stuff and I
Yeah.
keep making it.
Oh,
but
man.
then again, you are also the only full-time potter between all of us.
Yeah, between all of
Yeah,
us, you're the
yeah.
full-time one.
Yeah.
I definitely approach my business from like, okay, because this is what I do full time, and before then I only had like a part-time job that I did, you know, just a few days a week. My focus has been, okay, how do I make money with this in a sustainable way so that I can keep doing it, and so that I can make the sculptural work that probably won't sell as quickly, but it's something that I can use to like apply to grad school, you know, gallery shows and things like that.
And
so
feed your joy for ceramics.
Yeah,
I love
well,
watching
my-
your sculptural. Like,
you.
so interesting.
Oh my god, I'm really like looking forward to this next year, like continuing to build more sculptural work. Like, I think there's probably 2 big transitions that have happened this year. One of them is doing more online sales because of COVID and things like that. And I think the other is finally being able to feel comfortable with saying no to opportunities.
Yeah.
So that I can actually focus on working on sculpture, because I've been literally saying that for the last 3-4 years. I've been like, this year I'm going to work on sculpture more. This year I'm
Yeah.
going to work on sculpture more. And it's just like, and it just hasn't happened. But then this year I have 2 sculptures that are like halfway completed. I have 3 sculptures that are completely new that I made in like a month, which was crazy how fast that happened.
Yeah.
It's been really nice to finally start making that transition and setting time aside to work on sculptural pieces. And having the COVID unemployment aid really helped with that, because like I had enough in savings to like be fine even if I didn't.
Yeah.
But just having that little extra financial padding allowed me a little more room to say no to certain things, to not do as many production updates, so that I could work on the sculptural pieces, which has been really nice. So
One of the reasons I haven't gone too into production is wearing myself out.
yeah.
It does do it on a certain level.
Because I took my first wholesale order from Ritual Coffee Roasters.
Oh my
and-
god, I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, they're all sold out.
What?
It's great. Yeah, I did
Oh
a bunch of mugs for them.
Shout out Ritual Coffee Roasters.
Hell yeah! Oh my
Yeah.
god, good for you. What did you make for them?
Mugs.
Sick. For like
They all want mugs. They all want
They
no.
always want
Lindsay and I were
mugs.
talking about the other day how mugs are literally the t-shirts of the pottery world.
Yeah.
Everybody wants a mug with their name on it, with a special design, just like everybody wants a t-shirt with their name on it or like their logo
That'd be,
on it.
that'd be like, anyway. Okay, so you made mugs for Ritual. Was it
Yes.
serveware or was it like for their retail?
Retail.
Nice,
Yeah.
okay.
So a Cherry Ceramic. Shout out to Cherry Ceramic.
Shout out Chai Ceramics.
they helped me with coming up with like a term sheet,
nice.
So they sent me theirs and I got to use. And honestly, our Sacramento ceramics community is amazing. And
Yeah.
If you have a
everyone's so
connection, it's pretty
helpful.
good.
Yeah.
So they helped you with like a production or a
They helped
like
me
a term
with
sheet?
the term sheet and getting that together. And I struggle with overwhelm.
Yeah.
And I saw that creating a schedule helped me a bit of like, okay, I'm gonna throw this number of pieces, this number of days, and all this stuff. So I really spread it out, and I let Ritual know the timeline, and they were cool with it all.
Nice. Did the timeline that you projected in the schedule that you had, like, were you able to keep pretty on that, or did you find that it varied, or?
Oh, the schedule itself varied because it was my first time making pieces that all had to look the same.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I've done like one dinnerware set for a friend, and that was tough. And this time, like, trying to get them all pretty consistent was challenging. And then I knew I wanted to do 2 designs because it was a set of 50. And halfway through, I came up with the second design, which is now like my go-to mug design with the speckled clay body, white, and 2 lines going across.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And that one was a lot easier by that point. Now I understand a simpler form is much easier to replicate.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, very much so.
But I tend to like to give a little oomph to the bodies or like get a little extra sometimes. So like doing that again and again and again, it's really hard to get that to look the same. But it was a good experience overall, and I got to go to SF and meet them and see the roastery. Is that what you call it? Roastery?
Yeah, roastery, yeah.
The roast monastery?
Yes,
the roast
all of
monster.
that.
Worship the tea. That's
Yes.
where we go to worship the caffeine gods,
Yeah.
is a roastery.
And I can't even drink coffee. But wonderful spot. And I also, once I was done with that, I told myself I was going to take a break because I'd also already been working on a commission for a while for Molly with Molly and Clyde. It's another, they show their Eichler home on their Instagram page, and it's home decor.
Oh my God.
What's an Eichler home?
He was an architect, I think in the 50s or 60s.
Okay.
Very, you'd have to, I'm gonna butcher the description of what these homes look like, but they are gorgeous, single story, very open concept with a lot of glass, just
Pretty.
gorgeous. And she'd been wanting a piece from me since January or February. So she was really patient with me and being like, hey, whenever you're ready. I'm like, okay. So she commissioned a piece, and I had just been working on a bunch of different versions to see what felt right and different carvings and stuff. And I love getting commissions like that where it's like, go for it, make whatever you want, and here's like a general of your stuff that I like. So I had finished that, almost finished that, and was finishing up the ritual order. And I told myself I was going to take a break, but then I was like, or I could just take more orders.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I know that
did.
feel. I know that. How did that go? Like,
It's still going.
It's still good. It's so difficult to say no as a potter who is just like still just trying to get their work out there, because you feel so lucky that someone like chose you to get your work, and then you like and then somebody else comes, and it's kind of a snowball effect to where if more people know about your work, more people ask for it. More people ask for it, and more people know about it, and the more you produce. But at a certain point, you got to be like, no.
And it's hard to say no. Like
It's
you're
so
saying,
hard
like
to say
learning
no.
to say no.
It's really hard
especially
to
as
say
like
no.
women and stuff. Like
Oh my
being able
God.
to like we're so conditioned to people please.
Oh, yeah.
And gosh, so I say no a lot actually because I don't have it. Like I literally don't have these things. I don't have shipping worked out, and I don't plan to get that worked out anytime soon.
Yeah.
So when people would say, "Oh, do you have a website? I really like to support you," I'm like, "Thanks for the support." No.
just kind of getting started. You know, it's nice that you're really, at least from what it sounds like, you're really pretty clear on what you want to be doing at this point. Because I think it would be really easy to be like, oh, I have to get my website, I have to like do the online store. But it's kind of like, again, if your main goal is not to monetize this, if it's kind of a combination of like, well, you know, maybe make a little bit of money off of it, but you still have your full-time job. So this kind of gets to be like really a hobby that you enjoy. It's nice that you seem to have that very clearly in your mind, which I would assume makes saying no a little easier.
It does, but it is also starting to shift a little bit.
Oh, yeah, okay.
One of the cool things about having the wholesale order was that it kept me consistent, because like I don't throw every day, and I don't necessarily work on ceramics every day. So like that was kind of like having a class where I have to show up every day or every other day and do something ceramics related. And I liked that. And that's kind of why I decided to take a few orders for anything that was not a mug, because I was very much done with that.
We are all stuck in the plane of mugs.
I love mugs. I can do mugs all day, every day.
I don't mind them, but like, you know, like when you play a game and like the one gun or the one weapon or the one thing becomes a thing like everybody uses. Like I don't really blame the weapon itself. I just kind of tired of seeing it in PvP all the time. Like I'm just kind of tired of getting killed by the same thing over and over and over again.
Tired of making handles, goddammit.
Yeah, I'm just tired of doing the same
Even
thing.
just take a cup. Like I rather than make a handle.
Just buy more bowls and cups rather than mugs. But mugs again are like the t-shirts of the, you know.
And I get it.
Yeah.
Like, mugs are very versatile. They hold hot liquids and cold liquids. Ooh, something else I did this year. In my small 450 square foot apartment.
Yeah.
I changed one of the bedrooms into my pottery studio.
Yay! Congratulations!
Thanks.
Oh my gosh.
It made such a difference. Because I was like, this place is too small to do ceramics in here. And I was like, well, I don't need a couch during COVID. Like, like who needs a living room for entertaining when that could be my bedroom? And then I laid down plywood floors that I coated in a polyurethane and taped them all together. And so it's like water resistant and I can sweep on it too.
That is so cool.
Yeah. So that's been pretty rad to
That's
have.
a good idea. Just make your room your like entertainment room, and then make your living room your real room, because now you have a bigger room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now my room, actually they're about the same in my apartment.
Oh, okay.
Just because my apartment is weird and everything's small. But it's been working out really well that way.
So you have like kind of like a more dedicated room
completely
for your...
dedicated.
Oh,
yeah,
that's so nice.
Completely dedicated.
What are the things that you have set up in your room? Like what are your essentials?
I have a wheel.
Okay. Solid. It's
Indeed.
good.
Oh, okay, yeah.
What kind of wheel do you have?
It's a Brent wheel. It's like 35 years old. It's older than me, actually.
No, Brent's good though. Brent's good.
They last. They last.
Brent's the Honda of wheels. It like they're not like a Ferrari, but they'll get you there.
Like forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're easy to change out parts.
Yeah, I just replaced the wheel head itself because the
Nice.
previous owner had drilled in a whole bunch of holes.
Oh, that's odd.
There's
Not sure
always
why.
there's always like one person in my DMs who's like, "Can I just drill a hole in this thing?" And I'm like,
But
"Why?"
why?
Well, because they have really old wheels that don't come with the holes already for bats. And some people really want to put bats on there. They see me do it. They see John the Potter do
Sure,
it.
bats are. I use bats all the time.
Right, but some people don't have them in their wheel, so they're like, I'm just gonna drill through this thing. And then they realize one or two things. Number one, they did it wrong, or number two, they did it right, and like they can't resell this old ass wheel now because like there's different bat sizes for different bats and different pins. So they just kind of like, oh well, I guess that's the way it is now.
Yeah, and this one had the holes that came with the wheel head, but then they also put a lot more. So maybe they had very specific bats or something. I don't know.
That's very strange.
So then I actually have 3 desks also in there. So there's 2 along one wall, and it's kind of like my packing station, glaze station.
Nice.
And then there's another one where I have my Hardy Becker board for my wedging.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And a couple plaster boards for recycling clay, like 15 buckets of different sizes.
Oh my gosh.
For like recycling and glaze and all that jazz.
Do you use commercial glazes or have you started making your own? I can't remember.
I have a lot of the brush on Amico glazes,
Nice.
but lately most of my work has just been white.
Oh, okay.
So you gave me the Rhodes White recipe.
Oh, yes,
So
that's
I've
right.
been running through that bucket, and I made a clear with a cherry a while ago, and that's mostly what I've been using, and then Amico's Fire Brick Red because it's gorgeous.
Fire Brick Red is. I still can't duplicate their red. I'm
It's
so
gorgeous.
sure it's a mason stain. I'm so sure they use an opacify like a base with zirconium or some junk in it and like a mason stain, but I can't figure it out.
It's gorgeous though.
It's so nice.
It's a deep, beautiful, beautiful red.
Yeah.
So I use a mix of both, I'd say, but most of my work lately is just white with a couple little drip drops of other shit.
With the speckled buff you're talking about?
So the speckled buff is one of those that I've always had a weird relationship with because it's like the basic bitch of pottery.
Yeah.
But like
It kind of
it's like the
is.
pumpkin spice latte. Everyone loves it. It tastes delicious.
Yeah.
But it's like I was so resistant to making in it because I see it so much.
Yeah.
But like,
It's like B-Mix. You're like, everyone uses B-Mix.
Yeah, I admit,
But
I, mean,
B-Mix-
I love B-Mix.
B-Mix doesn't give you just one look though. Like the Speckle Buff gives
yeah.
you one very specific look. Like B-Mix is your base that you're gonna put all your decorations on top of.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Speckle Buff, you're gonna have that speckle show through the clay body. Most people have it with the white glaze, and I just see it a lot.
Yeah.
So I was resistant to using it, and then I started using it, and I was like, "Fuck, I like it."
Yeah.
It's like the first time I had a pumpkin chai latte too. I was just like, "Oh my god, it's good." I was like, "I get it."
Yeah.
So it's kind of like that, where like it sells well. It
Yeah.
sells really, really well.
Yeah.
But it's not like my favorite because it's
It's like drippy stuff. Like any drippy bowls or mugs, people are like, I like it.
and people in it because it's gorgeous.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah,
It's just
pretty.
we're also as makers tired of it. A little
Yeah,
bit, you know?
agreed. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with doing it. It's just an overage of it. I'm like, I don't want to like corner myself because you like it that much. Like, I get you like the color blue. I get it.
Yeah.
I'm not making my whole stock blue just for you. It's not happening.
Yeah, there's gotta be a balance of like, as we've talked about in previous podcasts, it's like a
Right.
balance between like, okay, acknowledging what the market demands if you are interested in the money making aspect of
Yes.
it, but also like balancing that with the things that invigorate you creatively.
creatively.
That's the word. Creatively. That's a word.
You good? You all right?
I'm good.
Okay.
I had a lot of teeth.
No, I get it.
And I'm kind of at that point too, though, where
Yeah?
like, you know, I'd love to buy a house in 5 years, or even better, like 3 years.
Yeah.
And like, I'd love to save for that. So I'm at a point where I'm like, okay, I'm down to start making more money from this now that I have a platform.
Yeah.
Nice.
As long as I can balance making stuff for myself, where I get to get weird.
yes.
Agreed.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
why I love commissions that are like, I like your work, do whatever you want, I just want a mug. Like, I recently had somebody ask me for a commission where they were like, I want a mug that holds at least 16 ounces, and I want it to be the yellow crystal glaze that you just made. That's it. Anything else, do whatever you want. And I was like, all right, I'll take your commission.
Yeah.
You gave me freedom as an artist, and that's kind of valuable to me.
Yeah.
So, you know what, I'll take it. And so I'm not going to charge him like $70 now. I'm like, give me 50 and call it a day.
Yeah.
Because it's a commission, you know. But if they're getting extra about it, I'd be like, oh, give me 70.
That's funny.
A very specific color and
You
yeah.
for a mug?
Mm-hmm.
Good job.
Yeah, you know I hate taking commissions.
No, you pricing your mug at that, cause like, good job of valuing yourself.
Well, no, a commission is a lot more expensive from me than is something
Ah.
like, because let's think about it like this. And I know this is a whole separate podcast topic, right? But I make my stuff, my mugs never go above like $52. It takes me about $12 to $13, sometimes even $15 to ship it based on where you live to you. Right, I have flat rate shipping, but I also use a box that is based on where you are and the size of the box and all that. So let's imagine I sold my mug for like $40. Okay, that's my usual base price for a mug. I only sell it for that high. I don't want to, because at least 12 of those dollars are going to shipping.
Yeah.
Right, and 1 or 2 more of those dollars, if I buy in bulk, go to like packing peanuts and stuff like that. So realistically, I'm only really making like $27 off the mug.
And that's kind of what you sell at your pop-ups and stuff too.
That's usually why I sell my pop-ups, just because that's the base price. All
Yeah.
it took was the effort for me to get it there. So it's really the shipping that you're paying for. If I make something $45, I'm like, I kind of like this mug. If it's $50, you either ask me for a commission or it's like an amazing mug.
As for what?
A commission?
Are you a curmudgeon with your commission?
Yes, they asked me for a commission.
Yes.
A commission the frog.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yes. Okay. Continue. Yes.
But if something's over $50, I'm like, yo, this is a one-in-a-lifetime mistake that turned out gorgeous and I'm not ever going to make it again.
Oh yeah.
You know, or it's like
probably.
some type of like super rare mug that I'm not making anymore. Granted, I see other potters who value their stuff at a lot of a higher price, but that's probably because they have the name behind them. I
feel like you do have the following that you could.
oh my god, no, John can probably sell stuff for like $70. I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. You have more of a following, but for me, I'm just like, I don't know, I'm just not willing to go to that price.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm not trying to gouge you for your money for a mug, for real. Like,
Well, but it's all
Depends on the amount of work that goes into it too, though.
Yeah.
I'm not that much of a business person to where, like, I don't know. I would feel bad if I made somebody pay like $70 for a mug.
Have you guys talked about pricing?
A little bit.
We did.
It's a big, like, I've talked to a number of people about pricing pottery.
Yeah.
And especially because I do actually plan for next year to open my online store.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I think yes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it.
All
Yes.
right. Cool.
It's a plan.
That's a
For
damn
the
good
same
New Year's
reasons
goal.
I was
Yeah.
telling you of like, okay, I'd like to save and like make money that I can put away. I'm very fortunate to have a full-time job and it pays well. So like, it's definitely a privilege for me to be able to maintain that and get to work from home. So if I can make some money while still maintaining the passion part.
Yeah.
So instead of it being like made to order, which can be a little stressful for me, doing things like updates like you guys do.
Yeah.
Where it's like you make all your stuff and then, here guys, go for it.
Yeah.
You just put it out there, and whoever follows you, and whoever doesn't,
Yeah.
doesn't.
Well, I feel like also part of what makes, like, so the reason I started doing the made-to-order updates is because
I like your base.
Thank you. I mean, I think the part of the reason I'm able to do that is because, like I have kind of like an expected inventory. Right now, I have about 3 basic shapes that I make. I have 5 or 6 glazes that I use, you know, probably 3 of them the most consistently. So it's kind of like I'm able to do those made-to-order updates because I sort of already have a more established style and aesthetic. So it makes it easier to do that. But
Yeah.
because you are exploring a variety of different styles,
It's tricky.
yeah,
It's tricky
yeah,
'cause
it's hard to.
It's like, oh, pick out of the 6 that I've shown you. Like, I've made a lot of other stuff, but I'm definitely still not at a point where I've narrowed down my, like, production style.
yeah.
Like, I'm definitely, for my more personal stuff, like, carving all the way is clearly something I really love. But for, like, mugs or bowls or planters, I like to play. I like to see where it goes. So when people, like, I did the orders for Sacramento only, it was a little tricky of like, can you do this kind of that, versus like your made to order is like, pick from these options.
Yes.
And I was like, yeah. Some of them I took and said, yeah, I'm down to play and see how it goes. Like, I'm making these porcelain planters with these carved kind of lips, and they all press together, and it's really lovely. And I probably wouldn't have thought to do that on my own, but someone asked for something like one of my mugs, but in a planter.
Yeah.
So sometimes getting a commission is very inspiring. But yeah, next year I do plan to start a website and upload to it when I have pieces available to sell. But then it also gives me an opportunity to sell my vases and stuff.
Yeah.
Because like I could have them in stores, like retail stores, but then I also lose a good 30 to 50% of the cost.
Yeah.
And those are a lot of work. And I sell them for a good amount. But goddamn, it's a lot of work. So like for someone to get like half of that,
Yeah.
kind of hurts too.
I think that's something that, like, I definitely want to do a full-blown episode on, and maybe if you want to be another guest,
Yeah.
you can talk about that, because I
It's
think
been really
that's
interesting.
yeah, like just the different selling venues are each one has an interesting each one has pros and cons, and so
Yes.
it's okay. So your kind of year, if I'm summarizing correctly, has kind of been this year. You did your first pop-up. You've taken a few different commissions. You've kind of been honing in your style a little bit more, still exploring.
First wholesale order.
First wholesale order,
Got
which
my
is
logo.
yeah, oh my God, yes. Okay,
Yeah.
so that's exciting.
So
That's
a lot
exciting.
of like businessy type things
Yeah.
progressing.
Uh-huh.
And definitely trying to like balance it still being a passion and art for me. And finding where that balance lies while we have a fucking pandemic.
Yeah.
Like body pain and everything else that goes on in life, because that's still been the hardest part for me, is getting all the pressure from the outside of people like being, I want to buy, and me feeling like I should be doing it.
Yeah.
You feel like what else am I doing with my stuff other than? But I feel like you said
It's sitting
earlier,
on my shelf.
right? Exactly. But I feel like what you said earlier is like, yeah, we're very raised like in the American,
Capitalist.
yeah, the capitalistic way of being like, well, if I'm not supplying you with items for money, then what am I doing in my life? Like, if I'm not making money, then what am I doing?
Yeah, then
Yeah.
then I'm not of value. If I'm not being quote unquote productive, then I
Right.
don't have value.
Right.
So like I'm trying to make sure that I don't fall into that for myself, and of that like people pleasing nature as well, of just getting people things and like trying to learn to say no in order to make sure I don't get burnt out, because I easily get burnt out.
Right.
And that I can still make fun, weird stuff like alien eggs. Or
Yeah.
honestly, I don't like that piece at all, but it was fun to make. Oh, and I got my own kiln this year.
Oh, yeah.
There's
You got
a
the one that
lot.
Lindsay has, don't you?
Got 818 but I got the Kiln Master controller. That,
The touch?
yes.
Yeah.
I got the touch.
So jealous.
The
It's
touch-
very nice. Because Donte had it, I was like, oh yeah, I mean, I'm gonna pay extra.
Yeah.
And it's not that much. It's like $300 extra. It's not, it's in the grand scheme of, if you were buying a kiln, you'll probably have the ability to get like a little bit of extra.
Yeah.
If you're buying it brand new offline, it's like, all right, well, you might as, you know what I mean?
You're already spending so much freaking money. And I actually had some issues with it at first because everyone was getting killed, so the shipping was gonna take like 6 months.
Yeah.
And I was like, no thanks. And then I found someone else that they're like, oh yeah, 3 weeks. I was like, thank goodness.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
And then my parents were awesome enough to let me have it at their house outside.
Nice.
And you actually gave me perspective that like you're gonna need to pay for electrical too. So factor that into
Yeah.
the kiln cost, is that electrical and the kiln and the furniture and all that jazz.
All the stuff. Yeah, it's that's what I kind of tell everybody on like the YouTube channel is like, if you're not willing to like do these extra things, like it's not like a chair, you don't just put it in the corner, like you got to kind of take care of it a little bit,
Yeah.
you know. And that's one of the big things is like your kiln's gonna cost you like close to 3 G's, right?
Yeah.
Think about $500 more for the furniture and then this and then that, and like it's not a base, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Very, very much so.
And luckily I have electricians in the family, so they gave me a great rate.
Nice.
Yeah, so that was nice too.
What
So,
is how has it been like? What has having a kiln done for you in terms of your production, and I'm not production in terms of like mass production, but in terms of your ability to produce things?
flexibility.
Yeah.
Yeah, flexibility and control. I'd say, like, I can fire things when I want it, when I need them.
Yeah.
You know,
You don't have to go anywhere.
I don't have to go. Well, I do because it's my parents' house. But yes,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
they
Yeah.
live like 15 minutes away, so it's not bad.
You don't have to beg a Potter friend or go to a studio.
Yeah. And Lindsay used to help me fire. Donte, you tried.
I tried, but I think the issue for me is that I've been modifying a lot of my kiln loads, but like it's difficult for my stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, my stuff is weird.
So having your own, you get to be on your own schedule, and it's like, okay, even if I want to do a small kiln load of bisque, it's like, fuck it, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't always have to wait for it to be like a full load and whatnot, because sometimes I just don't make that much stuff, so it might
Right.
take too long.
I feel like that's the great thing about having the smaller kilns is that you do have that flexibility in terms of like, even if it's not a full load, if you only have a few pieces, like, 'cause I don't know, I'll do that sometimes, especially if I'm at like the end of a production cycle and I only have like I couldn't quite fit those last like 5 or 6 mugs into the
The last
kiln,
one.
but I still need to fire them to like have them available, and then it's nice to be able to only have a few pieces and I'm not like wasting a whole bunch of kiln space and a whole bunch of energy. So
I will say I don't know how long this kiln will last me, because vases wise, it can
Yeah.
only hold 1.5. So like a vase and a planter kind of thing, because they're
Yeah, your stuff is relatively large for
they
what
are.
you make. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I usually throw a vase out of like between 10 to 13 pounds for a vase. So they're usually pretty tall. Sometimes they're really wide. And that just gets really tricky for the glaze fire. For the bisque fire, you know, you make things work. But for
Yeah.
the glaze fire, I'm like, I can't even fire 2 of these usually at one time.
Yeah.
Even when I'm throwing just funky, weird forms. The kiln is a little small for that. It's great for mugs. It's great for bowls. It's great for plates.
Yeah.
It's not quite big enough for like the vases and stuff that I like to make.
Yeah.
So we'll see how long it lasts me, because I definitely don't want to buy another kiln anytime soon.
Yeah.
Or I'll just
Yeah.
keep making it work. It's been a really big year for me in my ceramics, actually, and a whole lot of growth and support and progress. I feel like my skills are definitely a lot better than, like, ridiculously better than they were this time last year.
Wow. Yeah.
Smoke in my eye and it burns.
Sorry.
It's fine.
We're sitting next to the pit fire and the smoke sometimes like tries to cuddle you for some reason. You ever be around a campfire and the smoke like actively follows you?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I know the feel.
It's kind of like that where sometimes if you get too close to it, it's like, oh, a body of mass. I'll just come over to you.
It's like, your eyes look nice and delicate. Want a little kiss? I'm like, no thanks.
It would be a shame if I got up in those sockets.
Oh
Yeah,
my
that
God.
happened.
Yeah.
So yeah, a lot of good stuff, a lot of growth, a lot of connections with other potters in other states, a lot of actual like mental health issues related to Instagram and ceramics, and that being related to like validation and self-worth.
Can you like elaborate on that a little bit more?
If you'd like me to.
Yes, I love that. I know. Sorry, I'm like full blown interviewing you right now, but this is like super interesting.
This is the first time we've had you on the cast, so like it's kind of good that we are doing that a bit, honestly.
Yeah. I'm excited to know all of the things.
Yeah.
So what has so tell me about that connection with mental health and Instagram and all that, because I remember you also you took a break from Instagram.
I do
for
periodically
a little while,
now. Actually, I just don't tell people. So I think a lot of people with social media in general will get into this relationship of social media kind of validating self-worth. And as a creative and artist who's showing their work just because you want to or because you're promoting your business, having people comment, like, and all that stuff does give you validation, and that can be positive. And for me, it's almost always positive comments. But I quickly got into a little bit of a cycle where I noticed when I was like throwing something and I was filming it, I was thinking about what will this look like on social, thinking of what I might put in the blurb or whatever, the caption. I was no longer in the moment of the process of throwing the piece. I was physically throwing the piece and mentally
worried
on
about
Instagram. And I had to pull back from it because I noticed that it was like negatively affecting my relationship to ceramics and my desire to create. And then also people pushing for like pieces was also like not, it's like a mixed bag, because I felt really supported and like validated, but then I felt the need to perform, I would say. And I ran into this circle because I got so many followers and shares during the protests. I started thinking like, do these people like my work? Or are they just following because I'm black? And do they actually care about my shit? Or are they just like, this is a pity follow or a pity share or a pity, like I started getting in my head about like, why are you fucking here?
Why are you, if you're not really valuing me, you're just like here because you're trying to support the, the
quote
thing.
unquote movement by just following every black artist that you can. And honestly, on Instagram, the more followers you have, the more people see you as like a valid business or something. And so
you're not
like,
a person until you're past 10,000 to Instagram.
God. Oof, fucking.
Instagram's like, we don't care about you until you're past 10,000.
And then other businesses, like when people follow me and I go check out their page, it's hard not to look at how many followers they have before looking at their work. And
there's some work you look at and you're like, this is amazing. How do you not have more followers? How do you not have more followers?
You must be new to the game because like new to the social media game, that is, not the pottery game. Golly.
Or you look at some potters that have like, they have like the same quality of work as somebody with like 10 times more followers, and you're like, this is the same exact. You guys do the same thing. What are you doing that guy's not doing? Like you both make the same work.
But it also makes a difference for like retail shops if they're gonna hold you. If they see that you have like 5,000 followers or something, they think you're like a valid business. And so like I'm super grateful for all the like clout that I got, but it's also a little much, and getting all the messages and everything from people just commenting something light and casual, But I decided I needed to take I don't know if it was like 2 weeks or even more, because Instagram for me, that's the only social media I have. It just wasn't feeling very healthy for me to be there, because I was seeking the dopamine rush of people saying, you're great, you're great, you're great, and liking my stuff, and then looking at other potters and comparing myself, and looking at other people's just pages in general and comparing, and then sometimes genuinely enjoying the hilarious stuff, the beautiful art, and everything else. And I'm also quite a sensitive person, so seeing brutality and things like that, I'm very, very sensitive to, and will like alter my
state of mind,
alter my perspective on the world, like for the day, just completely uproot my like sensibilities and make me very ungrounded. But it's hard to not have Instagram and still like sell shit and connect to your like people.
It's kind of, it feels like it's an essential part of
You're gonna have to
marketing.
muddy your soul a little bit if you want to make some money.
I don't even know if it's so much that. At
Yeah.
least like for me.
Get it dirty.
Oh my god.
Get
I don't know. I feel like it's what you point out is true, is that it in so many ways is the primary, like social media is our primary marketing tool.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if
Yes.
you don't have those marketing tools, like yes, there are other ways to still market, but you just have to look a little harder to find those ways.
And you're
it's
probably
it's
not
a
going
different.
to reach the same amount of people, and like, it's
There is a flip side to this, which I don't know if I'm playing devil's advocate here, but this is the opposite spectrum of this, is that there are plenty of artists that I've talked to that are usually in the older age range, who feel bad right now because they can't get their work out into the world because of COVID. And they're very like, no, I only show my work in real life. I won't do internet. I won't do Instagram. I like the old way of doing stuff. Like, they're like, no, Patreon sucks. Pop-up stands are what's good. You know what I mean? They're very like, the old ways are the best ways. They've essentially not died off, but they're like, I haven't sold anything in like a year.
yeah.
'Cause they
You
refuse
can't
to
run
adapt.
A business that way, yeah. A business is about adapting to the circumstances that you're faced with, and
Right.
if you're unable to, it's like if you're a quote unquote artist and you only show at galleries, go for it.
Yeah.
You know, but if you're trying to sell, it doesn't make sense to
If
me.
the way you make your name is by going to art galleries and putting your work out there and whatnot every single month, that's fine. But realize that that's not really an option right now.
Right?
And so
Yeah.
you're either going to have to adapt, or survival of the fittest is essentially going to take you out and be like, oh, you didn't adapt, so you got to go.
Yeah.
You know, and it makes me sad to say that. But at the same time, it's like,
Times change.
right, and the majority of potters, regardless of how you see the internet with like the millennial culture intertwining, it's very like, unless your work is on the net right now, you're essentially not getting seen. Unless
Yeah.
you have a ridiculously big name, like stupid big.
Yeah. In which case you don't really need to do the marketing as much.
Yeah, which
Because your name's already out there.
Yeah, people have already
Yeah.
followed you regardless of your internet presence.
Yeah.
You know.
And I think like Instagram has been very, very, very beneficial for me in people getting to see my work and to spread the word about my work and to get business. I'm just looking for ways to find balance
Yeah.
because of my personality type and how I can get really hooked onto things that feed me dopamine.
Oh,
So-
yeah.
How have you adjusted to that? Like, what are some of the things that you've done to try and find that balance a little more?
So Instagram has threads,
Oh, okay.
which allows you to see your messages without actually going onto the Instagram page.
Oh.
I like it because I can still see people trying to contact me. I can still talk to you guys, and I can still message other people and even post stories from threads without having to open up the Instagram app. So that is one way that has helped me a lot with still being able to manage having an Instagram without being on it all the time.
So what is Threads?
It's by Instagram.
Is it okay? Okay, so it's a separate app.
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. I've literally never heard of this before. That's really cool.
Check it out.
Oh my god. Okay, so it's
just
just
the
almost like their
messages.
messaging app. That is so cool. Wow. Okay,
I really
you learn
like it.
something new every day.
Yeah, and you can still see stories,
Yeah.
and you can still post stories.
that is really cool. Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
so I like it. I also delete Instagram every day and then reinstall
Yeah.
it around 6 p.m. or if I
Wow.
want to post something.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I kind of do the
Okay.
same thing where I'm like, I'm not looking at this for a day. And then as I'm bored, I'm like, well, I kind of don't like Twitter. Twitter is just kind of like people posting status updates, but in all caps. It's really just, it's just angry status updates.
Your status
Oh.
update.
And then YouTube is just like, if you're not posting a video, why are you there? And then Instagram is like, well, you know, you could post stuff.
I'm on YouTube the most, just watching stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
YouTube is now my TV. It has been for quite some time. It's Netflix and YouTube. That's it. I don't really watch like what you would consider like cable TV or like
Yeah.
basic channels.
Yeah.
But if I want to know something or if I want to subscribe to something, I'm going to YouTube for that. It's a search engine for videos.
Yeah.
What it is.
Yeah.
If you want to know how to do literally anything, YouTube it
Yeah,
instead of
I
Google
follow
it.
a lot of woodworkers and resin pourers.
Oh.
Very
Oh,
interesting
the resin
stuff.
pours are so nice.
Oh yeah.
I want to do that.
No.
Yeah, but I don't. Yeah, exactly. But I already
I
have
don't.
like a lifelong hobby. I'm good.
Yeah.
I already have a full 3 lives. I'm fine now.
No. So finding some distance between
Balance.
with.
Balance is key.
Okay.
I mean,
Threads.
fuck, balance is key in everything in life.
Yeah. So true.
And trying to be careful about like not checking it in the morning, which is why I delete it, and will reinstall it when it's time to post something, or I just happen to have something to post, or if I really want to do it, I'll be like, okay, you can go on for an hour or something between 6 and 7 if you want to.
Okay.
But having threads helps keep me off. And it really depends on my current state. So like, as you know, I have like a daily meditation practice. It helps me stay grounded, but sometimes I'm still quite unsettled. And when I'm feeling more unsettled in myself is when I'm usually more prone to engage in those activities, like scrolling and just like looking at stuff and just watching reels forever and whatnot. So I'm noticing that like, okay, if I'm having the tendency to do this, there's probably something else going on in me that's feeling unsettled, that maybe I need to like go sit for 10 minutes and breathe. Or just sit and stare out a window for 30 seconds and try not to think of anything, or go on a freaking walk. So it's trying to balance everything in life with work and everything else. It's all balanced. So social media, same. Same.
Wow. Oh, that's really interesting to hear, like everything, like just I'm just like yes, tell me all of the things, but like truly, I mean, it sounds like it's been really a pretty incredible year. And Donte, don't go too far because I'm gonna ask you questions.
Where am I going? I've been here the whole time.
I've been here.
I haven't been getting up and checking on the kiln every 2 minutes.
Kerosene on your shoe?
Maybe.
Oh God.
Don't worry about it.
Oh God.
I'm trying to think of some things that have been, I don't know, Donte, I'm trying to think if we.
Well,
tell me more things.
Well, it's more that I've been developing multiple glazes. So
Yeah, you have.
recently I made a base, and I found a new chemical that makes the color pink.
You didn't tell us yet.
About what?
Which chemical makes it pink?
Oh, it's difficult to pronounce. It's Eurobium oxide. Eurobium oxide. It costs $22 for 100 grams. A fourth of a pound, it's $22. It is probably the most expensive chemical you can ever buy, but it is the only way I can make a clear pink without mixing opacifiers such as tin and zinc together, which basically make like a dark or a lighter purple based on the amounts that you put in. Yeah.
Okay.
And it's like 100% earthen alkaline metal. It's such a rare mineral to put inside of glazes that I went to Glazy to put it into the calculator to see the UMF on it, and it doesn't exist.
What does UMF mean?
The unity mass. Fuck.
Oh yeah, unity mass. Fuck, that makes sense.
No.
UMF, yeah.
No, it's not unity mass. Fuck. I've been using it, and I totally forgot what it stands for. Hold on.
I do totally want to make that one glaze I messaged you about. It was like
Which one was it?
bluish, yellowish, iridescent-y.
Yes.
Unity molecular formula calculator.
Ah, yes.
Yeah. Whatever that means.
Well, it basically calculates all the stuff for you, all the weights and all that, and it puts it on a stole chart, and the stole chart tells you like, oh, whether it might be underfired or what cone it'll be, or this or that.
That's
and
interesting.
It literally can't put it in. It's like that chemical. We don't have that. Chemical.
We don't do that here.
We don't do that here. Yeah, we can't. Sorry. So that was definitely a ride. I developed, quote unquote, because I had a lot of potters work with me on it. 2 or 3 different crystalline glazes. So I have my own clear base now. I made my own pink. I named it Majin Buu's pink. And then I have 3 crystal glazes. So within the last, I want to say 5-6 months, I've developed 6 new glazes.
That's amazing, dude.
Different potters do it different ways, and
That's
that's
insane, man.
some people do it based on like, oh, I'm gonna plug this into the UMF and see where it goes and play with the chemistry because I know the chemistry. I'm a chemist.
Oh.
Yeah, some people just do it by the stole chart. And like, I plugged in the numbers, it seems like it's good. I do a little bit of that, and I also do a lot of trial and error.
Yeah.
So I do it the way John Britt does it, where basically he gets a base, and he knows what the base kind of looks like and how it melts, and then he adds like 1% this, 2% that, and he keeps playing with it over like 20 test styles to the point where he gets a good one that he likes. And that's essentially it. And then once I find one that I like, I name it. And I'm like, this is Dante's XYZ, whatever. And then I put it on Glazy, and that's that.
That's so
You
cool.
put it on Glazy, and then other people can find the recipe?
Yep, the pink that I told you about this morning,
Yes.
it is now on Glazy.
Yes.
The problem is I can't put the damn oxide in there because it doesn't exist according to Glazy.
No.
Yeah, and then I've also kind of settled down on like what I'm gonna do for my shipping. I figured the boxes that I'm gonna use, and then I also kind of settled down on like what I'm gonna be making. So I figured like cups, bowls, and mugs are this price. They'll never go above this price unless I get like this many type of special orders, XYZ. like I've started to really pound out a lot of my stuff.
Okay, have you made any like big changes to like your YouTube or your Patreon or anything like that, or?
Not really. The Patreon's kind of set because I have like 4 or 5 tiers. I don't think it'll ever go above the tier it is right now. I don't know. There's just something I don't like playing the game in the way that I'm like, for $50 a month, I'll give you private messages.
Ooh, OnlyFans, get it.
Yeah, I'm not trying to OnlyFans people, but like at the point where my highest tier has offered X, Y, and Z, I'm like, that's kind of all I can offer you. Other than my personality, and after that, it's really just like people in my DMs kind of bugging me to be my friend for money, and that, yeah, like after a certain amount of time, people will message me and be like, we're buds now because I watch your content, and I'm like, I don't feel that way, and I'm sorry you do. And there's been a couple of people who are like, well, I'm just not going to support you anymore, and I'm like, that's cool. You can't buy my respect, so goodbye. You know, I'll just let them go. I'm like, it's not that important. I have a job. But
Should I tell your fans that I also DM'd you and bugged you until I became your friend?
yeah, but I liked you though.
You're like, oh, you know Lindsey? What's up?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That was pretty easy.
And
yeah.
I also stalked Lindsey for a bit to become her friend.
Oh my god. Well, I think that one of the first times I met you was also at SAC Anime, and I didn't even know that you did ceramics. I was like, oh my god, who's this pretty lady?
That's the first time you remember, because I went to, you had a pop-up at the co-op. And so there's certain ceramic artists, which is you, Donte, and Achiri, that I wanted to get to know. And what I did was go to your pop-ups and check out your stuff.
I did that with Achiri, and it was really funny because I found out that she was following me and had wanted to meet me too. And I was like, it was just really funny. Like we were both like co-fangirling at the same time. It was great.
And
anyway, I'm sorry, I didn't.
I was still so new to the game that I was like, I want to pick these people's brains, and I also just think that they're funny and like stuff like that. So I would go to the pop-ups, and I saw you at SAC Anime, and then it was like, ooh, double yay, and then messaging Donte and stuff, and I had already made the connect with Achiri by doing the same thing. So like, it doesn't always necessarily work, but if you like see people whose stuff you really like showing up and supporting them is a good way to try and make that connection.
Yes, and I feel
versus just DMing and being like, I want to be your friend, I want to be your friend, kind of thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Check out my stuff, I want to be your friend.
I think there's also like the way that you're talking about doing it is really different than I think how other people do. Because like even just you're saying like, yeah, I wanted to pick these people's brains. I did that same thing. Like I actually did a series of informational interviews with Alejandra, with a couple other like local ceramic artists, and it's just. Yeah, it's really
It's like I want
really
pop
cool.
friends.
Yeah,
like you guys are cool people who are into the same shit that I'm into. And then I got lucky with you two. Also being into anime and just being general nerds and goobers. Like, golly, did I hit the jackpot?
I think there's just a certain type of energy that people come up to you with where like you came up to us and you're like, I want to pick your brains, and also I want to be friends, and you kind of do the same thing I want to do. But there's people who just like really badly just want to like I want to be a potter and I want my name to be out there and you're going to help me do that, right? Because that's what friends would do.
So it's just for clout.
Yeah, it's just like they just want to be my bud for clout, and I'm like, I don't know if I'm into that shit.
Yeah.
You know, like I just kind of want to do my own thing. If you want to be friends and chill, that's cool. But all of the conversations I have with certain people are very like, if you're not helping me get my name out there, then what are you here for? And I'm like, I just don't want to. And you didn't come off that
That's
way.
a way to use people. That's not a way to like build a connection.
Yeah,
You're
but
just trying
yeah, but they do it under the guise of like, cause we're friends, right?
Oh no!
Because I'm a patron of yours, and that makes us good now. Like I gave you a money and that, and I'm like, I
do run into a thing where like I'll sell something and they'll be like, people will repost from my friend Natasha, and I'm like, I use that word sparingly.
Yeah.
And you're throwing it around like I've known you for years.
Right. Yeah.
And I get a little uncomfortable by it, but I'm like, well, you just paid $300, so.
Yeah, it's weird.
You know, like, okay, I'm not gonna call you out on it.
Yeah.
But like, it happens more often than not that they're like, oh, my friend just made this thing. It's like, I met you once when you picked this piece up.
Oh, that's interesting. That's really interesting.
It happens more and more the more followers you get.
I don't know why they say I'm your friend.
Yeah. I don't know.
feel
feel
you.
like I have that happen, or if it's happening, I'm not around when it happens.
They're
'cause
like,
I don't.
when they
I don't
repost
know.
to their stories or something that they, and sometimes it's different because like other makers in Sacramento who we've been chatting and stuff, if you say like, oh, my friend Natasha, it's like, yeah, we've been,
Yeah.
I haven't met you in person, but like
We're
we've
like
been
professional friends.
Yeah, Definitely.
Yeah.
And even like we might even message or DM because I post some personal mental health type stuff on my page. So sometimes people open up to me, and if I have the space for it, I'll respond.
That's really cool.
And so like, yeah, I feel like we've made a certain level of connection and on a deeper level. Call me your friend even if I haven't met you. Sure. But someone I've met one time because you picked something up, she bought it for me, and you reposting it to your story saying, my friend Natasha made this. I'm like, thank you.
Yeah, that's interesting.
It is.
I feel like that kind of connects to what we were talking about earlier with like the weirdness of social media in general, just like boundaries and just balance as always.
Ooh, and then people reposting. Oh my God. So boundaries have been difficult because like people will feature me on their page, right? Like Amico reached out. Hey, can we feature you? Also, here's some free shit, you know?
Oh,
and
cool,
it's
nice.
like, yeah, thanks, totally. And then they like have you verify what they're going to post, or if you want to write your own blurb, you write your own. Cool. But a lot of other pages were featuring me on their pages without consent. And most people just think like, hey, this is free promotion.
Yeah.
So like they don't even ask. And one person, and they were very, very polite once I messaged them, they posted like a couple of my pieces as well as my inward mugs. And those are very specific for me and have some backstory. And they had comments about it, and overall it was like positive and interesting, but I just still felt kind of like inspected, and they were trying to like show Black artists and people of color and all that kind of stuff on their page, which it's happened a good amount of time, and like I appreciate the support, but I really appreciate confirmation for consent first.
Yeah.
And I guess you have to put that in your bio these days, because the person who wrote back was like, oh, I'm so sorry, I always check the person's bio to make sure that I'm like, okay, I wasn't aware that that was something I needed to put in my bio.
I wasn't sure. I didn't know that was either. Like, wow.
Yeah, so being like reposted or featured on someone's page and stuff, it happened it still happens, and it's just it's only weird when you don't ask first.
I don't mind as long as they tag me, because if they just take the picture and they don't tag, or they don't say like who it's from, I'm like, you're just stealing at that point.
Oh, that is strange.
I've had a couple people I've had to block because they'll take my pottery memes and then post it on like their pottery meme pages, and I'm like, that's fine, but damn, at least tag me.
Do you guys want to talk about goals for the new year before we wrap up?
Oh, I'm so sure. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm down. My goal is to get back to 200 pounds. Because I'm tired of not jumping ridiculously high and running ridiculously. I used to be able to jump and run dumbass fast. No, I just can't. Stupid dumbass.
I love that.
Like, people would be like, shit, that's fast for a 200-pound person.
Look at you go, kids.
It's like a football player. Not anymore. I would like to use glazy a lot more. A lot more. Like, I want to be part of the glazy community, you know? I want to put my glazes out there. And then I also would like to have a streamlined version of what I have now. So I want, like, certain cups, certain bowls, certain glazes, certain clay combinations. You know, I would still want to be venturing outwards, but I no longer want to like, oh, I guess I'll see what happens, and if it looks good, I'll sell it. You know, I don't want to do that anymore.
You want to like hone in a little bit more?
Yeah, just a tiny bit. Just to like, I want to have a shelf of like, here are 10 of these mugs that people like, and here are 10 of these bowls that people like. Everything else is blah.
Yeah.
That's what I really want.
Okay.
And then maybe I really want to find a way to make pit fireware food safe. I have a way to do it, and I think someone sells a product that does it.
Made of Australia?
Yes.
Yes.
But I'm
Yes.
pretty sure, but I also want to take their product and test it for myself. Because, I don't know, I just don't, with my own testing, I don't trust anyone who's like, it's 100% food safe. Like, what if it leaches off? I don't know. What if you put it in acid and the layer leaches off? I wanna test it.
Made of Australia. Yes.
Oh yeah, follow them.
Yeah, they did like it's funny because I listened to a podcast where she talks about the process that she went through to get this thing tested.
Yeah.
The testing that she did is like bananas. Like she sold to like restaurants with this stuff.
Nice. Okay.
So
it's a little more believable then.
Yeah. It was thoroughly tested, but
yeah, you see it?
Yeah. So for those who cannot,
Natasha's looking on Instagram right now. That's the sound.
It's awesome. But yeah, so this person
This
basically
is like moons.
Yep.
They do.
Ooh, pit fire.
That's cool though. Okay, so you want to make some pit firework and then put this finish on it to
Well, because I have a
make it
pit
food safe.
fire.
Yeah.
Right? But like, I don't have a reason for it other than artistic purposes. I would like to make a line of products. I'd like to make a line of product that I can eventually sell on my website, and I would like to be one of the people that's like, I have food safe pit fire. Like,
one of the rare few.
One of the rare few. I would like to be the first to venture out into that land.
I actually kind of want to do a little bit of the opposite of what you're doing, Donte. Like, I feel like I have a few things like really well set. Like I have certain designs that I make, I have certain shapes, certain glazes, and I think the two things that I want to focus on this upcoming year are making enough sculptures to actually apply to grad school, because I still need to make like another 8 pieces or something like that before I have enough. So I really need to focus on that.
How exciting!
I know, I am super excited. And then I think the other thing that I want to do is like I've had so many creative projects on the back burner, like not even just sculptures, but like glaze techniques I want to use, like different like kinds of designs, different kinds of carvings. Like I have so many different creative projects on the back burner that I need to bring to the front burner. And so
I've never heard someone say front burner.
I almost lost it. I was like, oh, front burner.
I mean, if there's a back burner, there's gotta be a front
Well,
burner,
it makes
you know?
sense. I've just never heard anyone say it.
Same. Actually, same.
What I normally try and do is like towards the end of the year, especially since I have my bullet journal, I like to do, even if I don't start a full new journal, I like to do like a year review, like journaling session. So I'm sure more stuff will come out, but just thinking about it off the top of my head, those are the 2 things that I want to focus on: is making more sculpture. Well, I guess 3. Making more sculptures, applying to grad school, and bringing some of the back burner creative projects to the front burner. But yeah, how about you?
So get a website started and figure out everything that goes with that, including shipping. And so I'm no longer saying like Sacramento only. Like, people who want stuff.
Yeah.
I'd love to start climbing again, outdoors most likely. But now that I'm like more recovered, my shoulder injury, a goal of next year is to definitely get to a place of fitness where I can climb some rocks and not die.
Yeah.
So fun. I miss climbing so hard. Like ceramics and bouldering were the 2 biggest parts of my life.
Wow.
And now it's one part is gone.
Yeah.
Such is life.
feel
And
that.
I also would like to get better at skating, because I've started skating,
Oh.
like quads and quad skates.
That's cool.
So that's another goal of next year. So website. Oh, and make glazes. Make more glazes.
Oh, we can help you with
Yeah.
that.
But not create glazes.
Oh, just
Make recipes.
Oh.
And just have the buckets.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm with you on that. Like I think it'll be a while until I'm at like glaze creation level, like where Donte
Yeah.
is. But
I
just having
got there too.
I'm finally at the level of like, I can follow a recipe.
Yes.
I'm finally there.
Yes.
And I can use this much glaze as well, of this one type kind of
Yeah.
thing. Because it does kind of limit you when you have like 3 or 5 gallons. You're like, well, I gotta use it.
up, yeah.
And then having the bottles, it gives you flexibility to like play around with the colors, because it's just like a little pint or what have you.
yeah, I've enjoyed having, because I feel like we're all 3 kind of in different places with our ceramics journey, and I have
Such different styles.
yeah.
I love that we all have like totally different styles than each other.
I know, I love that too. It's
This
been,
is
it's
the
been so much
point
fun.
of this, damn
This
it.
is the point.
It's the point of it.
This is why we pedal the mud.
So I pedal the yeah. The point of it.
Strange. The podcast is called The Mud Pedalers.
I know, but to pedal the mud.
We pedal the mud.
Okay, yes, indeed. Makes sense. This is
Probably
too
where
much
we'll
fun.
fade out.
This is too much fun.
And that's it for today. Thank you for listening to The Mud Peddlers with Lindsey M Dillon.
And Donte of Earth Nation.
Want to say hi and see what Donte and I are working on in our studios? Check out the show notes for links to our websites and social media below. You can find me at lindseymdillon.com. That's LINDSEY, M as in monster, DILLON.com. And on Etsy, Instagram, and Facebook at Lindsey M Dillon.
And you can find me at Earth Nation Ceramics. It's spelled exactly how you think it's spelled, but you can also find me on my Facebook fan page and Instagram at the same name at Earth Nation Ceramics.
If you enjoyed hanging out with us today, or you have a question or topic you'd like us to discuss, take a second to rate and review the Mud Peddlers in Apple Podcasts. It helps our podcast reach new listeners, and we really appreciate the feedback. Thanks again, and we'll catch you next time.